Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day again. So this is the fourth video for the soil classification. So just now we already discussed about the plastic limit. So now is the cone penetration test for the liquid limit. So this is the tools. We have a dial gauge to read the reading. How much the penetration. This tool with a cone at the end of the tools which are used to penetrate. So usually before starting we hold the tools at the top of the soil surface. So soil is filled up in the metal cup and this soil already mixed with the some amount of water. So how much once we release the cone automatic locking device, we release this locking device, so the tools will penetrate for 5 seconds. So this is the tools to assist the how much seconds already passed, and so we can read the reading from the dial gauge. How much the penetration in millimeter is done. So usually the test is repeated for 4 to 5 times. Follows the results that we have. So suppose the penetration should be in the range of 15 to 25 mm, so that we can read the liquid limit at 20 millimeter. So the previous researcher designed this testing so that the liquid limit is taken uh, at the cone penetration of 20 millimeter. So the results of 20 millimeter is the one that becomes the moisture content of the state liquid limit. So this is how the result is plotted. So if we have 4 different results, so we can plot the graph and make a straight line. So we can read the 20 millimeter cone penetration and how much the moisture content. So how the moisture content is measured is not from the how much initial water, but we take the soil sample, small amount of the soil sample, put into a lid or a mold, a small cup, make it dry for 24 hours in the oven. So we measure the weight of the wet soil before the test and after the test. So after the drying, so we can get the moisture content. So that is the moisture content of the penetration test. For more, you can also see the video later. But however, okay, once we have the plastic limit results and also the liquid limit, we can have a plastic index. If you still remember, Pi is the LL minus the PL. So from here we can read the Pi and also the liquid limit results, and then we can classify the type of soil. Let's say the liquid limit is 60 and the plastic limit is around 35 maybe. So the result is the soil is clay with high plasticity. The result is clay with high plasticity. If the results fall in around here, so it means that the soil having organic content in it. So it might have a high plasticity organic content or low organic soil. Low plasticity organic soil. For M is stand for silt. M is stand for silt. So this is area for low plastic limit of silts. This is combination. Area around here is the combination of clay and also silts with a low plasticity. So this is another example. You can try by yourself, and later we can have a discussion on this example. So you can see this is results from the plastic limit, they take the wet soil and also the dry soil after 24 hours in the oven, so we can calculate the moisture content. For the plastic limit, we just need to make average of the results of the moisture content. So the average of the moisture content is become the plastic limit, because this result already taken at the 3 millimeter thread size. The soil is crumbled, so they take that sample and weight that sample in the oven. In the weight that sample in the wet soil, put in the oven and take the dry soil weight. For the liquid limit, we need to know the penetration. So they already take the penetration with the range of 15 to 25 mm. So plot the graph and read the 20 millimeter penetration moisture content. So that's we can know the liquid limit. And from there you can calculate the plastic index, and also you can do the soil classification using the plasticity chart just now. This chart. Okay. Alright. So next is the main highlighted subtopic of this chapter, the soil classification system. Okay, so two commonly used systems, USCS, or we can also use BSCS, BS standard, but in my class I cover the USCS. Okay. And another one is the AASHTO system, American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials system. And these two systems also available in the module, so you can also follow the notes in the module. Okay, for the USCS, okay, note that we have to follow the grain size of the USCS. So that's why number 4, the barrier between the gravel and sand is equal to 4.75 millimeter, not 2 millimeter in BS. If we use the BS system, so number 4 is 2 millimeter. Okay, but we use the USCS, so it is 4.75 millimeter. And in the same time, number 200, the barrier between the finer grain soil and the coarser grain soil. So this time US standard use 0.075 millimeter. If it is a BS, so it is 0.063 millimeter. Okay, clear about that. So next, okay, the USCS itself classified the soil by using the percentage of 50%. So if more 50% of the coarse grain soil, so it will be follow this sites. If 50% is finer grain soil, so we start to follow this site. So how we want to know it is coarser grain or finer grain? We check for the number 200. So the number 200 from the sieve test, if we have a 50% bigger in the coarse grain soil, so we use this path to classify the soil. So let's say the soil having a 50% more coarse grain soil, so we have to choose either it is gravel or sand. So how to know that? We have to define, we have to check the number 4 results. If the number 4 results retain more than 50%, so it is a gravel soil. And then we have to check the CU and CC and classify the soil. If more than 50% is passing number 4, so it means it is a sandy soil. Similarly, we also need to plot the grain size distribution, check for CU and check for CC, and classify the soil. Okay, whereas for if the soil is false, if the soil passing more than 200, more than 50% at the 200 sieve, so it might be silt and clay. So what we have to do now is we need to use the Atterberg limit test to define the PL, LL, and to classify the soil using the plasticity chart. Okay, that's the general procedure. So okay. In the USCS, you need to know the soil symbols. So G is for gravel, S sand, M silt, C clay, O organic, P peat. Okay. And liquid limit symbol LL for H is LL higher than 50. For L is for liquid limit that lower than 50. So gradation symbol W is for well-graded soil and P is for poorly graded soil. Okay, so next, okay, example. So example, we have SW. So what it means by SW? So W is well-graded. So S is sand. Similarly, so SC, don't be confused. So it is a clayey sand, but it means a lot of sand, but adding with some clay. And similarly for SM, silky sand, we have with a silk in it. MH, elastic silk, with a high plasticity. Okay, I think we already seen this plasticity chart. And this is how the some of the tables for the USCS looks like. We have a version in Bahasa. We also have a in English. I think I can show you an example now. Okay, let's say we have a data. Passing number 200 sieve is 30%. So passing is 30% means silt and clay only 30%. With a liquid limit of 30 and PI is 12. Whereas passing number 4 is 70%, means it might be a gravel, it might be a sand, not a gravel. Okay, so let's check. Is it true it is a coarse grain soil, or because from here we know that only 30% is clay, and here we know that it is a sand. So let's say passing number 200 sieve is 30%, so it's not a fine soil, it's a coarser grain soil. Next, passing number 4 sieve 70, so it means sand. And if compare for the fines, it has more than 12% fines. So that's why we choose here. And then for the LL and PI, because we want to check either it's below A line or above A line. So PI is 0.73 times LL minus 20 is A line. So it got a 9.49. So let's check. Let's go back a little bit. So A line, you have to clarify PI is equal 0.73 times LL minus 20, so above or below. So if it's 9 here, PI 9, so above. Okay, with the 33 LL. So let's see the results. Yeah, above. So we automatically can classify the soil is clayey sand, a sand with some percent of clay. Okay, and okay, bear in mind for organic soil, we also can classify using the USCS, and we also have a cases with a borderline case, dual symbol for the 5 to 12% fines. So we have a SC-SM like this one. Okay, I think stop here first. So later we can do some more discussion and jump to the H2 classification system. So till now, Assalamualaikum and see you again next. Bye.